The sea covers over 2/3 of the planet's surface. Yet we know more about space and the universe than we do about our own oceans. Between the states of Connecticut and New York is the Long Island Sound, a naturally protected channel into New York City used for over hundreds of years. The Sound's rich maritime history has played a significant role in the growth of our country. Join us as we explore its unsung residents and its forgotten history. Welcome back, everybody. Captain Dennis here with Squalus Marine Divers. Today we're going to do something different. It's a shipwreck investigation. I came across some sonar imagery on this site, which we don't know what it's called, so we're just going to call it SQW4. But the images were very interesting. You can see that it's kind of a rectangle shape. Here's the image. There's a little bit of relief, which means it comes off of the bottom a little bit. Here's where we dropped our anchor, and this yellow that you're going to see here is the path that I dove. The only goal of this dive is to go down to the bottom and see with your own eyes if it's actually a boat or a shipwreck or cargo or something. Basically just to make sure that it's not a pile of rocks, so we don't want to waste our time. But you always have to make one dive to decide, obviously, if you want to continue to research it. And before people start asking, hey, where is it? I'm going to tell you where it is. It's underwater. And that's all you're getting out of me. I'd like to introduce Mr. Dive Computer here. You'll see him a little bit during the video. You'll see it keeps track of how much air I have of 3,500 psi. I'm diving steel 130s, high pressure with just 21%. And you can see here we're making our way down 20 feet. Start to get down to the bottom. I turn on my spotlight, and here we are at 35 feet. Still a little green, but as you can see down here at 58, 59, it is black, it is dark, and it is silty. The mud is extremely soft, and I have to be pretty negative, which means I'm not floating at all. Here's part of the wreckage. Right now it just kind of looks like stone, so I'm basically looking for any kind of metal or steel or kind of something that's been constructed. This right here is a piece of wood, so this is a good sign. Check the computer, see where we're going, check my nitrogen, see how much air I have. This is what it's like down here. So when people say, oh, you should dive with a buddy, right. It's really not. Sometimes bringing a buddy is more of a liability. So, you know, I've been diving solo for a long time, and you just have to have your redundancy. So if something goes wrong, you're able to get out of the situation. Now this is interesting. This is a kind of, I don't know, it's a kind of stanchion or something. So this is a good sign. So this is definitely not just simply a pile of rocks. This orange line is for my rec reel, which I use to find my way back to the anchor, which you can see here. So I'm kind of tied into right near the anchor so that I can always find my way back up to the boat, because as you can see, it's very easy to get lost down here if you're not paying attention. There's some hydroids down here. It's still kind of cold down at the bottom. And there's my rec reel. Now this is interesting. This looks like it could be a section of hull. It's definitely metal. Fanning this out here. You can see how silty it gets. I'm probably doing this a little too aggressively, but you get excited sometimes. I'm making my way south on the wreck here. You can see there's like, this is metal, this is corroded metal, it's kind of rotted away. And then up here, it looks like a hole has been punched in a tank or something like that, a fissure in there. So this is definitely not a pile of rocks. Here's some more, looks like what could be the hull or the bulkhead. It's always important to keep an eye on your gas, have good gas management, make sure you have enough air to go and do whatever safety stops, and also make sure you're not going into deco. Now these are burgles or cunners or conners. They're called all kinds of things. They're always down here in these deep spots. I don't normally see them in the shallows too much unless they're really small. So I'm pretty convinced that this is some kind of a ship. It could be a barge. It could be a lot of things. But this, if you ask me, would warrant more investigation. I'll come back here with nitrox so I can have a little bit more time on the bottom, and I may come with 2 other guys and see what it is, and we'll keep you posted while we do that. I'm breathing just regular air, so I'm banking a lot of nitrogen, so I just either keep track so I don't go into decompression. So it's a little dark, it's a little silty, but this is why the sound is great, because there's so much to discover, because not very many people have been here. A place like this, if it was in Florida or someplace where there's really clear blue water, it would have been stripped clean. So, I mean, there could be things here, I don't know. I mean, it may just be like ship fittings. This here is a block of wood, so this is definitely some kind of a boat or some kind of a barge. Right now, we're going to start making our way up the anchor line. See here, we're at 23 feet. We're going to make it up to about 15, and then we'll hang here for about 3 minutes to gas off, and then slowly make our way back up to the boat. So thanks for joining us. I hope you enjoyed this. It was a little different than what we're used to. We're going to do some more exploration. We're going to go check out some more wrecks. I've got a couple more sets of numbers to look into. And we look forward to seeing you. And if we find anything interesting, you'll be right there when we find it. So right now at this time, I'd like to say thanks for checking us out. Check us out at squalusmarine.com and be sure to share us with your friends. Always remember, secrets don't make friends. Until next time, I'm Captain Dennis.